Machiavelli wrote, "It is much safer to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." Now, we're not talking about fear in relationships, but we can translate this into modern dating. Love without respect doesn't last. Think about it. The nice guy who says yes to everything, he gets liked, maybe even used, but not deeply respected. The man with boundaries who stands for his values, that's the man who inspires admiration and attraction. Before chasing love, establish respect. Without it, love is shallow. Machiavelli advised rulers, never reveal all your intentions. Why? Because predictability makes you vulnerable. In dating, mystery is magnetic. If you're always available, always texting instantly, always oversharing, there's no tension, no curiosity. Imagine a TV show that reveals every twist in the first episode. Would you still watch? Probably not. Women love discovering a man, layer by layer, not having the whole story dumped on day one. Hold back a little. Leave space for curiosity. Mystery creates attraction. Machiavelli wrote, "Men judge more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see, but few can feel." Translation: people believe what they see, not what you promise. In relationships, this means don't just say you're confident, ambitious, or kind, live it. Show consistency. Show reliability. Show that when you say you'll do something, you actually follow through. Words fade. Actions stick. That's the difference between being liked and being loved. Machiavelli warned rulers, be too generous and people take advantage. Be too harsh and they rebel. The sweet spot is balance. In dating, this means, yes, be kind, listen, support, care, but don't be a pushover. Don't lose yourself trying to please. The man who cancels his career goals every time she changes her mind, he loses respect. The man who supports her dreams but keeps his own, he earns love and admiration. Women love men who can be soft when it matters and firm when it counts. Machiavelli said, reputation often matters more than reality. In other words, how you're perceived shapes how you're treated. This doesn't mean being fake. It means being intentional. Grooming, style, body language, how you enter a room. A man with sloppy clothes, poor posture, and no direction might be kind, but he won't be noticed. A man who carries himself with confidence even before he says a word already has people leaning in. Protect your image. It speaks before you do. So, what would Machiavelli say about being loved by women? Respect comes first. Mystery attracts. Actions matter more than words. Balance kindness with strength, and always control the image you project. Machiavelli wasn't teaching us how to flirt. He was teaching us how humans respond to power and influence. But when applied to love, the lesson is clear. Women love men who lead their own lives. Most men think winning love is about doing more. More compliments, more gifts, more effort. But over 500 years ago, Niccolo Machiavelli wrote The Prince, a book about power, respect, and influence. And here's the twist. The same rules that helped rulers keep their kingdoms can help you understand how to be loved by women. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding timeless truths of human nature. So let's break it down. 5 Machiavellian principles that explain why some men are unforgettable and others are invisible. Machiavelli believed that rulers needed to appear in the right place at the right time. Presence matters more than words. In relationships, being fully present is just as powerful. It's not about showing off or trying to impress constantly. It's about listening deeply, maintaining eye contact, reacting thoughtfully, making her feel seen and valued. A man who is truly present exudes quiet confidence. He doesn't need to dominate the conversation or force admiration. His presence alone is enough. Machiavelli often warned rulers that the greatest danger was not from enemies, but from their own impulses. A leader who cannot master himself cannot rule others. In dating, it's the same. Self-control is magnetic. Think about it. The man who explodes in anger at small things, he looks weak. The man who chases every temptation without discipline, he loses trust. But the man who stays calm, measured, composed, he radiates authority. Women admire men who don't let emotions rule them, but instead channel emotions into strength.